Hey, it's Griffin from the North Star Body, and today I'm going over the 3 most common mistakes that I see people make when taking their BOLT score. If you don't know what the BOLT score is, it's probably the most common assessment used in the functional breathing space. It stands for Body Oxygen Level Test. It comes from the Oxygen Advantage, and it's basically just testing how long you can comfortably hold your breath after an exhale. So you rest for 3 to 5 minutes, and then after a normal passive exhale, you pinch your nose, hold your breath, start a timer. And whenever your body gives you that very first sensation that it would like to breathe, you stop the timer, assessment is over, you can breathe normally. So what we're testing is how long can you go before you feel any need to breathe at all. And when your body gives you that first definite desire to breathe is when the assessment is over. So this leaves a lot of room for error if you're not really careful. So I want to make sure that if you're taking your BOLT or if you're working with a breathing coach and you're going over your BOLT data over time, that you're taking it as accurately as possible. So mistake number 1 is that people will hold after an inhale. When someone tells you to hold your breath, it's very common to just assume it's after an inhale. And I've had clients, even after I tell them 100 times it's after an exhale, it's just habit that when someone says hold your breath, and we hold after the inhale. The BOLT must be held after the exhale, so make sure that you're really conscious of that. Mistake number 2, and this is probably the most common, is that people will change their breathing right before the breath hold. So I'll see people at rest, breathing normally, and then when they're ready to actually do the breath hold, they'll go and pinch. We don't want that. That's not going to give us an accurate reading. So as best you can, you want to think, don't change my breathing, don't even think about my breathing, and then after that exhale, a normal passive exhale, which means you're not squeezing all the air out of your lungs, just the same exhale you've been doing at rest for 3 to 5 minutes, you just pinch the nose and start the timer. This can be hard to do because when we start to think about our breathing, we tend to change it, but just do your best not to all of a sudden take a really big inhale and a really forceful exhale right before you pinch the nose. And mistake number 3, you see my fingers, 3, is that people try to push it too far. So remember, you're looking for the first definite desire to breathe. You are not testing yourself to see how long you can hold your breath before you pass out. This is not a maximum breath hold, not even close. The whole point is to time how long it takes your body to first register a little bit of discomfort or the desire to breathe. So if you feel that desire to breathe and you keep pushing and you keep holding your breath to the point where when it's time to let go, you're like, that is way too strong and that's not giving you anywhere close to the data you're looking for with a BOLT score. So if you've taken your BOLT and might have made these mistakes, make sure that the next time you take it, you're really careful, and it might take you a few tries, but it's all about that awareness, that internal awareness that we have to pay attention to make sure that these little details are actually accurate. So again, mistake number 1 is holding after an inhale. You must hold after the exhale. Mistake 2 is changing your breathing right before the breath hold. Don't do it. Keep your breathing completely normal and resting before you do the breath hold. Mistake 3, pushing it too far. You're only looking for the first desire to breathe, then the assessment is over. Doesn't matter if it's 3 seconds or 3 minutes. The data is the data. So I hope this helps you get more accurate readings and more insight into your breathing function, stress, and anxiety.